Hello and welcome all the viewers into a new episode of your show around Kuwait, where we shed the light in the trending occasions and focusing more and more on the incidents and the events that have been happening lately here in Kuwait. Of course, I'm your host Abdul Latif Al-Anizi, and today I'm joined with my colleague and co-host Hiba. Good evening, Hiba.
Good evening, Abdul Latif, and of course, a great welcome to all of our viewers who are watching us today in a new episode around Kuwait. As usual, we're prepared for you lots of great headlines that is going to talk more about today's episode and especially about the things that have been happening here in Kuwait. So one of the first headlines that we're going to talk more about, of course, Abdul Latif.
For the first headline for today, we have Mr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Sumayt simplifies the complex of the Palestinian issues at Kuwait National Library. I think it's one of the most trending events that have been happening in the world. We need to talk about it. We need to explain it even more. And thanks to Mr. Ahmed Al-Sumayt for complexing it a little bit and simplify it to the people.
Yes, and of course, because of the amazing weather that we're having here in Kuwait, I'm very sure everyone is really excited because one of the things that's happening is when we're talking about Kuwait, Motor Town is actually preparing and welcoming thrilling a Street King Roll race championship. So this is one of the things that I'm very sure everyone is really eager more about it.
Yes, but what I'm more eager about is actually the third topic, where we have the exhibition, the bazaar, the exhibition that's been happening for fashion, perfumes, and of course a great discount. I'm actually really excited about it because winter is here. We need to shop for it, so in a great discount.
Yes.
And with that, we have the third topics. We will start the first topic, but after this report, so stay tuned, our viewers.
An enlightening course titled Introduction to Understanding the Palestinian Issue was recently held at the Kuwait National Library, featuring Mr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Sumayt as the instructor. This course was designed with the purpose of providing participants with a comprehensive and accessible understanding of the complexities surrounding the Palestinian issue. Throughout the duration of the course, Mr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Sumayt employed simple and easily digestible language to elucidate the multifaceted aspects of the Palestinian matter. This approach ensured that individuals with varying levels of prior knowledge on the subject could grasp its intricacies. The initiative taken by the Kuwait National Library underscores the vital role of informed discourse and comprehension, especially regarding global affairs as pivotal as the Palestinian issue. It exemplifies how libraries can be instrumental in promoting knowledge, sharing, and facilitating meaningful conversations on issues of paramount importance. In conclusion, the course on understanding the Palestinian issue conducted at the Kuwait National Library with Mr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Sumayt as the instructor stands as an illustrative example of making complex topics accessible to a diverse audience. Its commitment to elucidating the Palestinian issue highlights the significance of well-informed discussions and learning in the realm of global affairs. The Kuwait National Library's role as an educational and knowledge-sharing platform is commendable, fostering informed dialogues on subjects of critical importance.
Welcome back, dear viewers. As you just saw through the report, we're talking more about the course that actually happened in the Kuwait National Library, dedicating and talking about the topic, which was an introduction about the Palestinian issue itself and the case itself. I'm very sure that, especially when we're talking about it, everyone is very important for everyone actually to educate themselves, to try to know more knowledge. And this is one of the courses that's been presented in the Kuwait National Library. Providing all of these kind of information for people to attend, to attend, to educate themselves, and especially we're talking about different kind of generation. Now we've had generations who lived what happened during the time of the 1945. We had people who continued on going to the issue itself until now, a day's generation who are really maybe missing these kind of information. So yeah, it's very important to have such courses presented.
I think it's one of the most important courses to have, especially at this time, because of the unfortunate events that's been happening
Yes.
here in the world. The world is standing, most of the world is standing with Palestine, and I think it's something remarkable to explain it even more and more and simplify it, because a lot of people don't understand
Indeed.
what's happening with the issues. But with social media, not all of the information that we can have is actually correct and right.
Yes.
And with that, Kuwait National Library, I think that they saw it's really necessary to simplify it more, to have more direct, more correct information from the resources itself to the world, not only to the current generation. It's actually for the next generation, so they can understand what was going on, like let's say from 10 years from now, to understand what happened 10 years before, because what's going on is actually something not easy. I mean, it's one of the most unfortunate incidents, and I think we need to explain it even more and more. So the instructor, Mr. Ahmed Nasser Al-Sumayt, played the crucial role in making the course accessible to wide of the audience. He also
Yes.
used simple and easy grasp language, explained the various aspects of the situation. I think it's one of the most necessary topics, and I wanted to say thank you to him, because this is one of the most important courses, as I said earlier.
Yes, indeed, and especially as you just highlighted, one of the most important incidents, that's unfortunate incidents happening within the region itself. You know, people do actually see it through social media. People for a very long time have been associated with the case itself, the Palestinian case, and everyone is dealing with it with their own ways, whether by providing, let's say, volunteering work and providing the most necessary needs that the people actually need on the other side. But at the same time, you know, this kind of lecture and course was presented for the people who are not really sure about what is going on. You
Yes,
know,
exactly.
we have so many people who have different kind of conflict and thoughts. Some are, let's say, saying, seeing these circumstances that's actually happening, trying to find the better solution to what is actually happening nowadays. You know, people would say that they've been occupied for 75 years and so on, but people
Almost, yes.
still, yeah, but people still miss the whole idea of what did actually happen from the beginning. You know, like we've seen people saying, okay, they've been occupied, let them try to find the balance to live together. So this kind of course is actually very important to educate these people about what did actually happen at that time and what happened during it and what's happening nowadays. You know, so having that said, it's very important for everyone to always see that libraries are actually provided for everyone to go to look up for information and try
can have
to
it.
search it through history itself.
Yes, they can have all of the information that they want in regards of this topic and also other political topics. I mean, you cannot think only that the books or the information that can be provided, either it's going to be like digital or like metal books. They think it's actually not that new information, but no,
Yes.
you can find all of the recent information, statistics provided, and also from political expert.
Yes.
But for me personally, I don't think that the issue that's been happening is actually political. It's actually happening to our brothers and sisters. So we need to let the world, and before the world know, we need to let ourselves, our family, and the people around us to know and to have more information about that. So the library is providing pivotal promoting knowledge, sharing the facility, meaningful, of course, conversation, because for a lot of visitors, they wanted to have more information about it so they can actually understand it more, because it's not that clear to a lot of people. They think it's actually just an issue happening for a long time. Mainly the idea, yes, this is actually what's happening, but sometimes there can be some changes, and there are some changes we need to be more aware about, because it's not only about Palestine anymore. It's actually
Yes.
about way more than that.
Yes.
We cannot discuss more about it in political issues, but we can only say that thanks to our government, we sent an air bridge full of planes, full of ambulances,
Indeed.
full of the best equipment that can be provided for the health and medical issues there. it all be fixed, support. I think what we are doing is actually something tremendous and remarkable, alhamdulillah, for our government. And we're trying to do as possible as we can. Not all of us have the solution about that, but at least we need to understand the issue correctly, so we don't have any misunderstanding while we are on social media, because a lot of people unfortunately got the idea wrong, got the information wrong. So right now we are seeing them talking
Yes.
in misleading information,
Yes.
unfortunately.
And one of the most important thing, when we're talking about this course that's actually provided at the Kuwait National Library, is in Kuwait, we don't only live as GCC country or only Kuwaitis, but we have different kind of people who are living with us. We have different kind of nationalities. People would like to know
Yes.
more about the case. We have so many people that their country is against the case itself. They are with the case itself. So therefore, these people having that kind of conflict, they want to know more about what's happening, what's right and what's wrong. You can. They always say you can change everything, but you could never erase history, and you can never change history itself. Therefore, when we're talking about that, having these kind of lectures, these kind of courses presented for the audience, especially for the public, it's very important for people to know more about what's happening. And it's in a way that's not over, let's say, whelming, but at the same time, it's not very, let's say, it is a very great perspective way to
Yes.
present it, more educational way that is actually included in it. And the most important thing, it's more sophisticated. They always say it's very difficult to talk more about politics and talk more about what's happening around the world. You always have these kind of people who are always against what you say, or they're with you.
In politics, yes.
Yeah, that's why when we're talking about such lectures, it's very important to know that it's very in a peaceful way, just bringing information, having that kind of information presented in a very great way over, let's say, simplest way. People want to know, but at the same time they don't want to get bored, because when you talk about
Exactly.
history, people always tend to get really let's
Get a
say,
little bit bored.
yes, and get away with
yes.
their ideas. But when you're talking about such important case that's happening now within the region, happening now to our brotherlyhood in Palestine, it's very important to educate them in a way that we don't want to have that kind of conflict, that
Exactly.
people will be yes,
Yes.
or against, but we want them to be more educational and accepted in a better way. So having this course is one of the ways to show that people are willing to know more about and to educate themselves about it.
Exactly, for them and for the next generation. Thanks to the Dr. Ahmed Samet for this remarkable course, and thanks to the Kuwait National Library. This is it for the first topic for today. We're going now to the second topic, but after this report, so stay tuned, our viewers.
In Kuwait Motor Town, the new season of the Street King Roll Race Championship kicks off. This exciting event takes place at the motorsport venue and features various activities for everyone to enjoy. There are food trucks, games for kids, and even a classic cars show. The participants in the race come from different categories, including modified race cars, unmodified ones, pickup trucks, SUVs, and motorcycles. This diverse range of participants adds to the thrill and variety of the event. The event is well organized, with supervision from experts in the Ministry of Interior and the Ministry of Health. It takes place in a dedicated motorsport venue in Kuwait City, providing a safe and suitable environment for the races and related activities. This motor racing championship is a prominent event in Kuwait, uniting motorsports enthusiasts and offering a great day of entertainment and competition.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Street King World Race at the new season is back, especially at Kuwait Motor Town itself. I'm very sure everyone's really excited, especially the ones who are really into motors vehicles and everything that includes the motor itself.
Motorsports, yes, I think it's one of the most remarkable events to have, especially at the start of winter itself in November. This event is actually considered, people needs to a little bit understand it, because the Street King World Race Championship is actually in every vehicle, not a specific category, let's say sedan or coupe or any pickup truck that can go into the race with, but of course there is some qualification, there are some terms to start with the race. The remarkable thing on the event is actually for everyone. I mean, not only the racers can go, the racers and their families. Why? Because on the event there are multiple services. The event is actually remarkable. Not to mention that KMT, Kuwait Motor Town, is actually a very lovely place in winter. Out of the heat, starting of winter, the weather is remarkable. And there you can find some food trucks, you can find some games for the children, and you can actually, even for the people who are starting new businesses, let's say restaurants or coffee shops, they can go there, they can have their booths or their food trucks and to start their remarkable journey. The event is actually remarkable. I remember on before when there was, like, let's say the Ayami series events, the races inside the track races was actually remarkable. I love KMT from November until, let's say, April. After that, I mean, you should go a little bit away because it's really hot in there.
You know, talking about it, like I used to go to these previous events that before the Kuwait Motor Town was actually existed, and once it actually existed, I didn't have any time to actually go because of the location of the place. So hearing it from you and the way you actually express about it shows that kind of a very beautiful environment presented for everyone, especially for the ones who really like motorsport. You know, having this kind of place provided for everyone is very beautiful, and especially when we're talking about the activities that includes that, because when you're talking about motorsport, it's not just about a person who just goes to the event itself,
not
race
only,
and everything, but they have family and they have kids, and providing them with all of the initials that and facilities that actually is very important for everyone is something very remarkable, thinking about and considering about family members and stuff. Now you talked about the race itself, and you mentioned that anyone could actually participate in this race in different kind of categories, and has some kind of, let's say, rules when it comes to that. But we can know that any kind of cars could actually participate, whether it's an SUV car, whether it's a motorcycle, and all of that kind of categories.
Motorcycle, SUV, pickups.
It's all about cars, right?
It requires four wheels and a little bit of body around it.
Okay, so everything that is
all the cars.
A car. Okay.
Yes, modified, unmodified cars. The event is actually remarkable, and it doesn't matter if you're, like, let's say, a woman or a man. Everyone can compete with their cars. So if you bought a new car and you think that, okay, I should test it a little bit, it's actually very safe in there. And when I mentioned that it's really safe, I'm not talking about the facility itself is prepared, because it is prepared, but also you will see the presence of the Ministry of Interior to increase the safety to the event itself. And also you will see the Ministry of Health, ambulances, and also the fire department will be there on every event. I need to say that actually on every event, either it's going to be track races, dirt bikes races, also the kart races, you will find the presence of the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Interior there. It's actually a remarkable event. But what I'm more excited about is actually going to the event knowing that I can have the ultimate fun. Because on November, I need to mention that on November, it's going to be a little bit cloudy, not rainy, but cloudy. So the place is actually remarkable. And going there, you can also shop for yourself. You don't need just to buy food or buy coffee and look at the race. No, you can actually buy some the little car figures, because I am one of the car collectors, the figure collectors for the cars. And I know that here in Kuwait, lots of people, if not most of them, they're actually motorsport enthusiasts. They love motorsport. So this is actually one of the things that if you like your car, you want to have some figures for your car at the same color, at the same time, you can go there, you can have fun, because it is one of the most remarkable thing going there. Because I'm actually might go just to buy the figurine for my car.
Yes, and one of the things that they say about engine sport is that they have to be very, let's say, taken care of,
Yeah,
like
tested.
yes, tested, taking care of it, taking care of the engine itself, and it's very kind of expensive. Where you find an engine sport, there's always kind of, let's say, money that you're going to pay
Yeah.
just to keep the maintenance and to keep it safe. But in the end, it's one of the most amazing sports. Everyone where they gather and they enjoy this kind of, let's say, feel of danger and furious and
Yes,
all
the
of that.
adrenaline rush
Yes.
that they can feel. It's actually remarkable. But we need to talk about something really important.
Yes.
And it's one of the most important parts of this topic, which is the safety of the residents and the safety of the people of Kuwait, everyone who lives in this great country. That because a lot of people, unfortunately, initiating their races illegally on the streets where there are some civilians driving their cars. So unfortunately, a long time ago and years ago, the argument was actually we don't have a place to experience
Yes,
the
and
feeling.
practice the sport that we
Yes, and
want.
to practice the sport. Well, now no longer they can have this argument because please, for all the enthusiasts who loves the drifting or racing, drag racing, there we actually have the facilities that you can experience there. It's just you can book it by
Yes.
by the application on your phone, and you can go there and you can experience how you want, when you want, and of course there it will be actually more safe for them, providing for them let's say the tires, providing for them the service that they can have for their car to undamage their and to prevent the damage, the extra
Yes.
damage for their car, because unfortunately every year we see a lot of accidents that happen on the streets, especially on the high-speed streets,
Yes.
because of people
Yes,
rashing people. Yeah.
unfortunately, yes, indeed. So, of course, talking about motor sports is very important. Everyone is really eager to know more about it. But we're going to head to a short break, Abdul Latif, and then we'll be back with you, dear viewers.
Welcome back, our dear viewers, continuing this topic after the short break. After talking about these facilities is actually providing for a lot of people to practice the sport and to have more extra fun with their life and without putting any other civilians in danger. It is actually one of the most remarkable things. And I actually contacted with the manager of KMT himself a couple of times, and he told me that a lot of people and everyone can participate and can go there and can have this feeling without putting any other civilians in danger.
Yes.
But we need to talk also about the price of repairing the service or modifying the car. It's actually expensive. It's really expensive because I know people, and I met them in a couple of interviews in the previous shows, and they told me that we bought a car. It costed around 2,300 KD. And the repair, the modification, the everything that they can get ready for the drag race, it actually costed them around 25,000, around also from 15,000. So it's really expensive, but of course it requires to be more safe. And most of the money was actually on the safety of the vehicles. So it is remarkable to have this event, that you can have this feeling, but try to know and try to have the idea, the awareness that it's really expensive.
Yes.
So Yeah, you should have this information.
Yes, one of the things that people would never ever consider in their mind that, okay, I can buy a vehicle and I can just spend a couple, let's say, Kuwaiti dinars on it, but then they would be very shocked about what it actually goes on when it comes into the price. But you know, one of the most important thing, as you just highlighted, is talking about Kuwait Motor Town. It's a place that's actually provided for everyone. It's very easy to book, it's very easy to register, and to actually be a member at the same time. Once you just, let's say, own a vehicle that's very suitable for you to actually explore and enjoy, when it comes into Kuwait Motor Town, it's a place where it's provided for everyone. And when it comes into the event itself, it's not just about, let's say, having this kind of championship, but it's also made for motorcycles, also for people who are really into the rides itself. Some kind of drag race. I'm not very familiar about the things
Drag
that's
race,
actually presented also.
there's actually a drag race track, there's a racing track, the regular one that you can have, and also for the karting, the
Yes.
little carts, races. Also, we have a full track, fully ready for the equipment, where we actually initiated IAMI series, which is the biggest event for the karting. So also we have for the dirt bikes a track, and it's all of this facility is actually the highest standards, the highest qualifications, with the best of services. And you will see that if you want to look up to the location of KMT Kuwait Motor Town, you will see that it's a little bit far away. So during winter,
Yes.
it will be more remarkable. You can have a picnic while you are going, or while you're coming back. You can do
Yes.
multiple events on the place. Inside the place, exactly, you can see that there is multiple restaurants, multiple facilities with services that can be provided for the visitors. But the most remarkable thing is when we hosted one of the Formula Karting categories.
Yes.
On the last year, a lot of people were excited for it. I actually got my hopes up to the sky, so we can have someday and Formula One,
Oh,
the
that would
F1
be really great.
track.
You know?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Because
I think
people
we
are
can have it.
actually going towards, let's say, Bahrain or Qatar to
I
have
went to
these
Bahrain,
events.
Qatar every
So
time.
hopefully, why not?
Yeah.
I think if Formula One starts to be here in Kuwait, I might give Kuwait Motor Town a chance to go and
Yes,
visit.
yes.
But again, it's one of the beautiful places that people who are really into engine sport, motor sport, just go and
Everyone
explore
is
and
actually
enjoy.
into
Yeah.
sports. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So of course, dear viewers, that was our space that we actually had talking about Kuwait Motor Town and the Street King World Championship itself.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to continue more about our third topic for today after this report. So stay tuned with us.
In Mishrif's exhibition grounds, the annual event called El Bazaar took place, offering a wide range of fashion-related items. This event is a great opportunity for people to find clothing and accessories at discounted and symbolic prices in celebration of the exhibition. Besides clothing, the exhibition also features perfumes and personal items. El Bazaar is one of the most anticipated exhibitions of the year, known for its special offers and discounts for visitors during this time. Visitors to this exhibition can explore a variety of fashionable choices, from clothing to accessories, all available at affordable prices. It's a special occasion where people can discover the latest trends and update their wardrobes without breaking the bank. Additionally, for those interested in perfumes and personal items, there are plenty of options to choose from, making this exhibition a one-stop shop for fashion and personal care needs. Throughout the exhibition, special promotions and discounts are offered to delight the visitors. This adds an extra layer of excitement, making El Bazaar even more appealing to attendees. It's an event that brings the joy of shopping to the community and has become a much anticipated tradition, marking a special time in the calendar for fashion and bargain lovers.
Welcome back, our viewers, for the third topic for today. Of course, in the International Fairgrounds in Mishref exhibition grounds, we have Al Bazaar exhibition for clothes, fashion, perfumes, and of course with our remarkable discounts. It's actually one of the events that we need to have in every start of a season. When you want to buy some clothes, let's say for summer, winter, autumn, or spring, you need a new items on your wardrobe. Of course, either it's going to be like, let's say, perfumes or clothes. For me personally, I buy every month, every 2 months. For me, like, let's say, couple of items, couple of new shirts. So having this bazaar, I think it's one of the most great things in regards of fashion, because yeah, I think it's really remarkable and a lot of people excited for it.
Yes, and especially that this is one of the events that actually happens, as you just said and highlighted, in for each and different season. And people are really attent to actually go and explore there, especially when we're talking about materials and clothes that are actually provided from different kind of countries, not only here in Kuwait, and finding it with a very quite great reasonable price, especially when we're talking about being a family member with different kind of, let's say, age group, children,
Yes,
brothers,
so you want to buy
sisters,
a whole bunch.
So having this kind of opportunity presented is very important. At the same time, you know, dealing about a perfume itself, all of these essential things that you actually use every day is very great to have them all in a specific place in the bazaar within a reasonable price. And one of the things, you know, that makes it really challenging is that you have to go there in a specific time where you don't find anyone. You don't want to be in the middle of the crowd.
In the middle of the
in
crowd,
order for you just to go and explore and enjoy seeing everything as much as you want, but at the same time not having that kind of rush, you know, in the place itself. So everyone should really keep in mind the timing when you're going there.
Yes, the
and
suitable
especially
time.
even when you're going out from the exhibition hall, you know, it's always crowded. Once in the middle, once, let's say, it's more of, let's say, maybe 6-7 p.m. and it's very crowded once you want to go out. So you have to always keep in mind the timing when you want to attend and visit such events.
Yes, and I think that the Al Bazaar has came in actually in a perfect time, as you are mentioning the timing for yourself. We need to talk also about the time for the bazaar itself. As everyone knows, in summer you cannot wear many clothes because it's a little bit hot. So you need to wear something regular, something light, or something, let's say, limited. Not too many options in summer that you can have, but in winter you can have multiple pieces to wear. Let's say a shirt, a pullover, and also a pants and shoes and a cap and a lot of things. So as everyone knows, in winter is actually the season of fashion, especially here in the Middle East, or let's say the GCC countries. It's actually the place or the time that you want to wear the best of the style that you have. So Al Bazaar is actually, as I heard in one of my friends who went there, it actually has the remarkable styles. There are many different brands, a lot of people there. Also, if you are a person, if you're thinking about having a brand for yourself, or you want to initiate it, but you want to start real great in a huge step, at Al Bazaar or any clothing exhibition, it's actually one of the most remarkable places that you can start at. Talking about the material itself is actually one of the best in the best services, on the best qualities, because clothes, cheaper clothes, or let's say clothes with
the
a
ones
good
that are really
price.
affordable. Yes,
we can find it in a lot of places. You can order it online, but we don't need only mention the price.
And you know, Abdulatif, it's not only about that. Talking about online, we're dealing with women who have, let's say, families, especially not only, I'm not talking about, let's say, the mother who only has 2-3 daughters. I'm talking about the grandmother, you know, the ones who goes and buys for everyone. The traditional way of buying clothes is you have to go to the market,
Yes.
and look at the fabric and try to see the length of the dress from what it's actually made of. Is it linen? Is it cotton? And whatever comes when it comes into the
Yes,
material
the many
itself.
different types of
Is
fabric.
it stretchable? Is it let's say?
Is it best for my grandkids, let's
Yes,
say?
is
That's
it
why they don't
suitable with
believe,
the size? Yeah, that's why they don't really trust buying
online, yeah.
So having this kind of a bazaar is very beautiful and very precious, because you tend to go with. It's always one of the experiences that you actually go with your mother, your grandmother, your maybe sister who likes to go and try everything, you know. So it's one of the places and events that's actually presented. You can see different kind of clothes and fabrics, and even when it comes into shoes and different kind of accessories presented not only from Kuwait but different kind of countries within the different kind of stylish way that's actually presented. So I'm very sure it's one of the opportunities that everyone is really eager to go to visit and
they
to
should
enjoy.
go. Yes, a lot of people actually should go to the. I think that everyone should go to Al Bazaar.
Yes.
Because
Taking your kids with you is very important.
Yes.
You know, you have to just measure everyone.
Yes, yes, and also if you don't like to bring your kids with you because it's really crowded there, you could just take the measures as you mentioned. Thank you for mentioning that, because I was actually forget about that. Taking the measures exactly how about their sizes, and you can go and take everything that you want, because no matter what is it, the equipment or how the good quality is, the prices are very low, and the brands there are really remarkable and high quality brands. So it's actually for all, for everyone who
Yes.
loves fashion, who loves to wear clothes. You can go there at the start of the winter. Try to buy as possible as you can, because when you want to go to the mall, unfortunately, everything is actually expensive at these days, at these years. So having a bazaar to service the people of Kuwait, or everyone, no matter if you're Kuwaiti or not Kuwaiti, you can go there, you can buy whatever you want in remarkable prices. But also I need to talk about something that I heard from the place itself, that it's actually providing to you the vibes that you are like going to Mubarakiyah. So you will find everyone there. The place is actually, there's some air conditioning there,
Yes.
because even if it's
Even
winter,
when it comes into the spice and everything, you know,
Yes.
whatever is dealt with in Barkia market itself, it's actually presented over there. So it's not
Yeah.
only about clothes, but it's also about, let's say, food. Let's say, we don't want to say.
yes.
You know, not ingredients, but you know, whatever needs to be presented in the kitchen itself, whether from spice, whether from
The material
sweets.
they can buy for the kitchen,
Yes,
everything
exactly,
they can go, they can have there.
Supplements and stuff. So,
But
yeah,
do you know what's the most thing that that people excited about there?
what?
It's actually the perfumes, because here in Kuwait we are one of the biggest consumers in
Yes.
the country in perfumes, and when we have like the annual perfumes fair here in Kuwait, the exhibition for perfumes is actually one of the most crowded places that I've ever seen. It's even more crowded than Kuwait Winter Wonderland.
Yes.
I don't know why. I mean, and
I'll tell you why.
Yes.
It's because of the promotion. Wherever there is a promotion, everyone would immediately go and
I think no, we love to
explore.
smell good.
Yeah.
We like to
Yeah,
smell good,
of
I think.
course, I'm very sure about it. But trust me, it's all because of the promotion. And yet again, talking about it in general, people, especially when we're talking about, I'm not going to say it's just for women. It's for women and men.
Women and men, yes.
Everything when it comes into having a reasonable promotion and having it all posted and presented for everyone, it's one of the most important places everyone would immediately go, and where you find everyone very let's say within the crowd itself, just trying to grab as much as promotion that you can get from all of the same markets and places.
I don't know
presented.
actually about this idea, because I have actually my brother, and he went there every year, and he has actually a whole bunch of table full of, like, let's say
Perfume.
tens of perfumes. I
Yes.
say all what I need is actually 3.
Yes.
Combine them and I smell the same and I smell good. So I love to have like my own smell, that whatever who wants to smell, oh, this is Abdul Latif, is actually there has this specific good smell.
Yes, specific taste.
Yeah,
as well.
so I don't know why the people go there and buy a whole bunch. So if you are one of these people, and a lot of people are, who loves perfumes or clothes, they can go there and they can find a remarkable qualities with the brands. And
Yes.
also, if you don't like the price, you can actually argue with that. You can
Yes.
actually bargain a
And
little
one of
bit.
the reasons, you know, Abdul
Yeah.
Latif, is because there are some kind of brands that are not here in Kuwait. Like some of them are only
I didn't know
specifically
that.
in a certain area, a certain country. Like they're one of the perfumes that made only in Emirates. And I'm having this kind of conflict. Should I go buy the perfume because I
Well,
really
I
like,
should, because
or
it's
should
not
I,
here in
let's
Kuwait.
say, maybe it's just the sense that it's not here in Kuwait that makes
Yes,
me
it's not
want to
in
go.
Kuwait. So if Al Bazaar exhibition stopped, and then after a couple of months, I'd say, okay, I smell it and it's really good. So I say, oh come on, I missed it. Well, in a remarkable price, in a remarkable place, and also you can bargain with the price. If you didn't like it, I mean, you can bargain with that, and you can have it cheaper, because
Yeah.
the place in there, the prices aren't specific,
Yes.
but
They're
it's
not
limited.
fixed price.
But
Yeah.
it's limited.
Yes.
And something you find it today, you might not find it tomorrow.
Indeed.
Yes.
I totally agree with you.
So
on
so
that.
if you want something unique, which also here, I need to talk about the community around me. We love to be unique with clothes, with smells, with
Yes.
personalities. So
Yes.
you can go there. You can find some of the items are actually one of a kind. It's been actually made for only one thing, you know, like al-abayat that we have here in Kuwait. Most of
Yes.
it, it's the trendy thing on it, that it's only one of a kind.
Indeed.
One design. So also in clothes for men or perfumes, you can find it only one of a kind. So you can go there and you have your own item for your own self.
Yes.
So which
And
make
at the
it
same
remarkable.
time, everyone is going to explore it also by finding the food supplies over there when it comes into providing it with all of the spice, the kind of food that is actually presented in the market. I mean, even when it comes into that, you are going to be very satisfied to go and enjoy and explore such kind of exhibition, or let's say market itself, because it's more of a complete market where you find the clothes, you find the perfume, you find all of the essential things that you need
Yes,
when
and
it
if you
comes
already buy it, you
into
can go there and buy
beauty.
whatever you want.
Yes.
If you want something to eat.
Yes.
Yes.
And finally, kitchen is very important for a woman, you know.
No,
where
not
you,
only
where
women.
you find a place where you can, let's say, prepare for everything.
Yes.
Kitchen supplies is also important, so therefore you can find it also in Al Bazaar itself. So, I mean, Abdul Latif, we had a great time discussing about our headlines for our audience and presenting for them our report. So, let's conclude when it comes into today's episode.
Yes, for today's episode, where we talked for the first topic, where Mr. Nasser Ahmed Sumait simplifies the complex of the Palestinian issue to the world in the Kuwait National Library. We need to thank the Kuwait National Library for always having such a remarkable initiatives when it comes to raising awareness. Every year, Kuwait National Library starting and initiates multiple initiatives where there are some conflicts, or there are a little bit of misinformation or misunderstanding with some ideas or topics that we have, either it's going to be here in Kuwait or the world, and also the topics that interesting to us. So always they have these remarkable initiatives to make everything easier for you. If you want to have different types of information, if you either it's going to be like, let's say, with books or digital informations, you can find it there. If you are into information in general, you can find it there.
Yes,
So
indeed.
it is one of the most remarkable things.
Yes, and it's always important to educate ourselves when it comes into everything that's surrounding our country, and of course the countries surrounding us. And when it comes into such a great initiative that actually happened within the Kuwait National Library, one of the most important case is to know about history, and especially when it comes into a history that's been associated with our brotherly hood Palestinian. And of
Yes.
course, I'm very sure everyone was educated, and you can always have it as an opportunity for you to go and of course continue in educating yourself and your beloved
And the
ones.
people are, yes,
Yes.
of course. And please try to pass this information, the correct ones, to the
Indeed.
next generation, because we need to actually have this history always in our minds. And also when it comes to the second topic that we talked about, which is, for me personally, I love it so much.
Yes.
The Kuwait Motor Town initiating the championship for the Goldie race. The road race was actually one of the most remarkable initiatives. Everyone, they can go there. You can see the kids playing on the specific playground for the
Yes,
kids.
playgrounds and providing food trucks
Yes.
and all of the varieties that everyone would actually go and enjoy exploring. And finally, we reached towards our final headline. We talked about El Bazaar
Bazaar exhibition.
that was held in Al Mishraf exhibition hallway, and I'm very sure everyone enjoy, let's say, going to it and still going to the place itself.
Yes, remarkable. And with that, our dear viewers, our episode had come to an end. We hope that you like the topic that we are discussed about, and of course, with every day, there are going to be new topics. So we will see you for tomorrow, and goodbye for now.